This situation involving Whoopi Goldberg, her co-host on The View, and Elon Musk has escalated to an intense legal battle. Musk has filed an $80 million lawsuit accusing the talk show personalities of defamation and spreading unfounded conspiracy theories. At the center of the dispute are comments made on The View that allegedly suggested Musk and J.D. Vance were secretly plotting to manipulate government control if Donald Trump were removed from office. Musk has labeled these claims as entirely false and insists they were made to mislead the public intentionally. As the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, Musk often finds himself in the spotlight, but this case takes things to a new level. It raises important questions about the limits of free speech, media accountability, and the ethical responsibilities of public platforms when discussing influential figures. Musk argues that Goldberg's statements didn't just cross a line, they blurred the boundaries between criticism and misinformation, potentially causing significant harm to his reputation. This case could set a precedent for how media personalities approach sensitive topics involving public figures. Yeah, what's at stake here isn't just Musk's image, but a larger conversation about the responsibility of the media and the rights of individuals in the public eye. Stay with us as we break this down further.
Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
You're right. He's planning the presidency when they get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Elon Musk's $80 million lawsuit is being interpreted in vastly different ways by the public. Supporters see this as a bold effort to hold media personalities accountable for spreading misinformation. They argue that Musk's legal action sends a message that baseless claims and reckless reporting shouldn't be tolerated, especially when it has the potential to harm reputations and mislead the public. For them, this case is about pushing for higher standards in journalism and curbing irresponsible commentary. Critics, however, view the lawsuit through a completely different lens. They see it as a powerful billionaire using his resources to suppress opposing viewpoints and stifle criticism. This perspective frames the case as a potential threat to free speech, sparking concerns about how such legal actions could limit open dialogue and discourage media from challenging influential figures. At the heart of the matter are allegations that Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts accused Musk and J.D. Vance of conspiring to manipulate governmental power. Musk has strongly denied these claims, labeling them as entirely false and harmful. His legal team insists that such statements were deliberately misleading, designed to damage his reputation and sow public distrust. This case raises critical questions. Where do we draw the line between freedom of expression and defamatory speech? Should influential figures be protected from false claims, or does this risk suppressing critical discourse? The outcome of Musk's lawsuit could reshape the way media handles commentary about public figures, and the implications are being debated from all sides.
But when you have deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes, you're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to, and you claim to be the good guys? I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressives.
Yes, the Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be the good guys. You can't claim to be the honest people if you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly.
Yeah. Well,
we're like even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus.
Yeah.
Like the Fine People hoax.
Obama just said that on stage.
This lawsuit underscores the delicate balance between media freedom and the accountability of public figures, reigniting debates over truth, fairness, and the responsibilities of influential platforms. For many, this case extends beyond Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg. It raises critical questions about the ethical boundaries of journalism and how media narratives shape public perceptions. On social media, the debate is in full swing, with hashtags like #SupportElon and #CancelTheView trending as users take sides. Musk supporters argue that shows like The View often cross ethical lines, making bold, unsupported claims that can harm reputations. They see this lawsuit as a necessary move to hold media figures accountable for spreading misinformation, particularly when it impacts public trust. Musk's long-standing advocacy for free speech and transparency bolsters his supporters' belief in his intentions. To them, this isn't about suppressing opposing views, it's about demanding integrity and responsibility from media outlets with significant influence. Comments on Musk's posts reveal a growing frustration with what many see as sensationalism overtaking journalistic standards. On the other side, critics worry about the potential consequences of Musk's legal action. They caution that his immense wealth and influence could deter valid criticism and silence opposing voices. There's concern that this lawsuit might set a precedent where powerful figures can use similar tactics to shield themselves from accountability or scrutiny. Meanwhile, The View finds itself at the center of renewed criticism. Known for its heated debates and often polarizing commentary, the show faces increasing pressure to reflect on its approach. Musk's legal action could push it and other media outlets to reevaluate their practices as broader discussions about media ethics and accountability continue to take shape. Will this lawsuit lead to meaningful change, or will it deepen existing divides? The outcome could redefine how media outlets navigate their responsibilities while preserving the freedom to engage in critical discussions. The legal clash between Elon Musk and The View has brought renewed scrutiny to the show, with many accusing it of prioritizing sensationalism over journalistic responsibility. Critics argue that the program's hosts often use their platform to present one-sided narratives and provocative remarks under the pretense of entertainment. Musk's lawsuit has reignited these concerns, intensifying debates about how influential media outlets wield their power to shape public opinion. Supporters of Musk see this lawsuit as a necessary reckoning, pointing to the show's history of controversial remarks that have faced significant backlash. They argue that The View has strayed too far from informed discussion, frequently pushing divisive content without adequate fact-checking. Calls to reform or even cancel the program have gained momentum, with advocates demanding stricter editorial oversight and a commitment to higher reporting standards. On the other hand, others argue that cancellation isn't the solution. They suggest addressing these issues through stronger fact-checking mechanisms and clearer ethical guidelines for media platforms. This controversy has underscored the need for constructive reforms that balance freedom of expression with accountability. Then a particularly contentious aspect of the case is the allegation that The View incited violence. Whoopi Goldberg reportedly joked about someone tripping Donald Trump, later clarifying it as a comment about her cat. Despite her explanation, critics maintain that remarks like these, even made in jest, can have dangerous implications when broadcast to a large audience. This has sparked broader discussions about the boundaries between humor and responsibility in the media. This case is more than just a dispute between Musk and Goldberg, it's a reflection of the broader challenges facing modern journalism. As the lawsuit unfolds, it may pave the way for new standards in media ethics, potentially reshaping how television programs handle accountability and responsible reporting.
Okay, I need to clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out, hoping he would trip.
Musk's supporters emphasize the urgency of addressing what they consider a troubling trend in mainstream media: the casual use of inflammatory rhetoric in politically charged discussions. They argue that media figures, as influencers of public opinion, bear a critical responsibility to maintain decorum and accuracy in their statements. Critics of Musk's lawsuit, however, caution against overreaching interpretations of Goldberg's remarks, arguing that treating them as harmful could have chilling effects on satire, humor, and free speech. This case has become a focal point for broader debates on the boundaries of political commentary and humor in the media. Musk's legal challenge has the potential to redefine how courts and the public perceive the responsibilities of influential platforms. By targeting The View and its parent company ABC, Musk has also brought renewed attention to accusations of media bias and the ethical dilemmas faced by major networks. Critics of ABC argue that the network prioritizes political alignment over factual objectivity, with programs like The View often accused of pandering to specific audiences. This trend, they claim, undermines trust in traditional media, exacerbates polarization, and contributes to the spread of misinformation. Musk's supporters see his legal action as a necessary intervention, pushing for a more balanced media landscape and restoring public confidence in journalism. On the other hand, opponents of Musk's lawsuit fear it could set a precedent that stifles dissent and discourages media outlets from holding public figures accountable. They argue that legal actions like this risk silencing critique and weakening the media's role as a check on power. Yet, regardless of where opinions fall, the case underscores a growing demand for greater transparency, fairness, and responsibility in the media. Further complicating matters, resurfaced clips of Goldberg praising Donald Trump, including moments where she referred to him as a friend, have drawn scrutiny. Critics highlight these inconsistencies as evidence of her shifting narratives, questioning the credibility and motivations behind her more recent criticisms. This apparent contradiction has fueled debates about the authenticity of media personalities, intensifying calls for networks to hold their hosts to higher standards of integrity and consistency. As the legal proceedings unfold, this case is shaping into more than just a battle between Elon Musk and The View. It's becoming a litmus test for the evolving relationship between the media, public figures, and the public they serve.
Just gonna say.
She put me in the
Okay,
movies,
yes,
right?
we
A
are
long time ago.
friends.
And how much did I judge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie. Donnie, I love you. I'm telling you.
And they're trying to humanize them and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump, you're talking about. Talking about.
The shift in Whoopi Goldberg's stance toward figures like Donald Trump has become a lightning rod for debate, with Musk supporters pointing to it as a glaring example of opportunism and inconsistency in media narratives. They argue that shows like The View craft sensational stories to capture attention, often at the expense of authenticity and balanced reporting. Critics of Musk, however, see this as an overreach. They argue that evolving perspectives are natural, especially in a dynamic political climate. Resurfaced clips of Goldberg praising Trump may seem contradictory, but they claim it's a weak foundation for discrediting her entirely. Still, these clips have intensified the conversation, sparking a closer examination of The View's editorial practices. For Musk's advocates, this inconsistency strengthens their call for greater accountability in the media. They assert that such shifts undermine public trust in mainstream outlets and highlight the need to hold influential figures to higher standards. Musk's lawsuit, in their view, is a necessary response to reckless and defamatory commentary. Opponents argue that focusing on Goldberg's past comments distracts from bigger issues, like the tension between free speech and the responsibility of powerful media platforms. Regardless of the opinions, this lawsuit has ignited a broader debate about ethics and accountability in journalism. The controversy has fueled calls for stricter media standards, with some advocating for real consequences when outlets spread misinformation or engage in defamatory rhetoric. However, critics of the lawsuit worry about its implications. They argue it could deter open dialogue, satire, and legitimate criticism, key components of free speech. A victory for Musk might create a chilling effect, forcing media outlets to tread cautiously and avoid tackling controversial topics altogether. What's your take on this controversy? Is Musk's lawsuit a bold stand against sensationalism, or does it risk undermining free speech? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates on trending stories and hot button issues. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.